A cheat day. Should a recovering addict have a cheat day? Should a recovering alcoholic have a cheat day? And should a recovering food drug addict have a cheat day? If you had 1 month sober, would you celebrate by having a drink? If you had 1 month drug free, would you celebrate by doing drugs? Would you encourage someone to do so? Probably not. So if you had 1 month of eating clean, should you celebrate by eating unclean? Should we encourage someone to do so? No, most definitely not. Just think about it for a minute. What are we actually encouraging? I want to touch on relapse, rehabilitation, and recovery. And not necessarily pertaining to alcohol or narcotics, but specifically on dealing with food drugs or drugs disguised as foods. And common misconceptions, cliche sayings pertaining to food drugs or drugs disguised as foods, or cheat days, or doing these things in moderation, you know. And I briefly just want to touch on these things here and give a little clarity on the severity of what we're dealing with and what a cheat day really is. You know, because a cheat day is cheating yourself. Now, if a person is recovering from alcohol, or if a person is a recovering alcoholic, should they have a cheat day? If a person is a recovering drug addict, substance abuser, should they have a cheat day? No. See, cheat days equate to relapses, and we don't want to have any relapse days. So, to answer your question about cheat days, would a day of relapse really be suggested? Should it really be recommended? You know, we have to think about some of these things before we, you know, let our emotions supersede our logic and stop saying cliche things because we're emotionally attached to these food drugs. You see, chemicals bind to other chemicals. Our emotions are chemicals. They're putting chemicals in these food-like substances, or these things that they call food, or these toxins that are disguised as food. And so our emotional chemicals, or the chemicals that our emotions are binding or attracting to these chemical substances that are being disguised as food that we're ingesting. And it's causing us to hold on and stay attached to some of these different things because we like the high, the way it makes us feel. If you notice, a person will say, you know, let me taste that, or that tastes good, or I'm going to fix something to eat. Junkies ask for a taste. They ask, can they taste that? They fix, or ask for a fix, or need a fix, or have to fix something. You see how the two crosses over, you know, junk food. If you're partaking in junk food, then you're a food junkie. You see, I mean, that's what a junk is. You know, if someone consumes junk on a daily basis, habitually, that makes them a junkie, food junkie, or food drug junkie. Now, cheat days ruin all sober days. If one was to have a relapse, or relapse from a recovering from a narcotic or from alcohol, which are drugs as well, just like these chemicals inside of this food are drugs. Now, that would ruin all of their sober time. That would ruin all of their clean time, all of the time they accumulated. So, if a person is a recovering food addict, they shouldn't have cheat days either. The same logic applies. Recovery is recovery, addiction is addiction, and relapse is relapse. Staying clean is the objective, and occasional relapses are unacceptable. Do everything in moderation, they say. It's okay, long as you do it in moderation. Would you say that to a crackhead? Would you tell a crackhead it's okay if you do it in moderation? If you had a relative, a family member, or a loved one, would you tell them that it's okay if they do this in moderation? Sure you wouldn't. You wouldn't tell them it's okay if they do heroin or cocaine or crack or abuse alcohol, that it's okay if they do these things in moderation, but they're supposed to be recovering from these addictions and afflictions. So we have to apply the same logic when it comes to these food drugs, these drugs disguised as food. We have to use wisdom, we have to apply logic and let our logic supersede our emotion instead of letting our emotions supersede our logic, because a lot of our emotions are chemical reactions. We don't even really feel the ways that we think we feel. We're under a chemical induced state of mind, so we're not thinking properly. We're thinking under the influence. In the same way that you try and tell a junkie that they need to clean up their life, and the response that you get is the same thing when you tell a person that's addicted or abusing food drugs, or a person that's addicted to food-like stuff that's actually chemical substances injected in animals or vegetables or whatever have you. It's the same logic that applies. There's no difference. No difference at all. When you're dealing with food junkies, you're going to receive the same reaction, especially when you're dealing with something like synthetic sugars, which are 8 times more addictive than cocaine, and they affect the body and the brain the same way. And we wonder why our children are running around, barely able to focus, barely able to sit still. It's the sugar. That's why they're so fidgety, so jittery, the same way that a person that's on cocaine, how they're amplified, it's an upper, so they're constantly moving, constantly on the go, because it makes them hype, and then they crash. Same thing with the synthetic sugar. Then you have the synthetic salt, the table salts, which are 2 times more addictive than sugar. The salt makes you crave sugar. The sugar makes you crave salt. Now, if the synthetic sugars are 8 times more addictive than cocaine, and then the salt is 2 times more addictive than the synthetic sugar, would that make the synthetic salt 16 times more addictive than cocaine? See, these things affect the body, the brain the same way. They're acidic to the body. They break the body down. Cells, muscles, organs, neurons. See, some of the effects of these things you won't see immediately because they're going on internally. They're starting on a cellular level, and then they're gradually working their way up, depending on how severely addicted you are. So we have to take these things into consideration, and we have to take this seriously. We really, really have to stop taking our health so lightly. Some people will say, well, you can't eat healthy all of the time. Well, do you want to be healthy all of the time? You see, because you can't expect to be healthy all the time if you only eat or live healthy some of the time. Where's the logic in that? You see, we're playing with ourselves. These are cliche things that people say. These are the emotional reactions that I was speaking on earlier, the emotional responses that we give when confronted with information that could force us to change our view or our perception on things. So we go into a state of delusional disorder or cognitive dissonance, trying to justify and rationalize these dysfunctional and toxic behaviors. This must stop. If you're not willing to do it for yourself, be willing to do it for your children. People are poisoning themselves unknowingly or knowingly But then they're also poisoning their children knowingly or unknowingly. So if you're not willing to do it for you, willing to do it for them, they don't deserve to be drugged. They don't have any choice in this matter. You're exposing them to these chemicals, to these drugs, to these substances, and it's causing disease. It's making them ill mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally, causing disturbances. And we're wondering why. We're saying, oh, it must be something in the food. It is. Or it must be something in the water. It is. Or it must be something in the air. It is. What are you going to do about it? Now, I'm not saying that you can prevent the harmful effects of all of these factors, but you can deal with what you can control. So you want to control and limit your exposure to these things as much as possible. See, we don't want to have a careless mentality. We want to have a careful mentality. We don't want to be mindless when it comes to these things. We want to be mindful. You know, so here right now, that's what I'm encouraging everyone to do. Everyone to get motivated in that direction, you know, to save themselves and their children. You know, stop sitting around waiting on a savior. You are the savior that you're waiting for. Rise to the occasion and save yourself and those that you love. You know, we have to stop being semantical with ourselves. We have to stop playing games with ourselves. We have to stop misleading ourselves. And we have to deal with reality and stop being so attracted to fantasy and trying to escape reality. Because this is causing the current situation that we're in right now. Our state of being is a result of our state of mind. And our state of mind is also a result of our state of being. So again, I urge everyone just to, you know, really look into healthier living, healthier food options. Stop making excuses. There's tons of information out there. You know, you had Dr. Sebi. You had Dr. Lila Africa. You had Dr. Aris Latham. You have Minister Inky. You have Ras Shalom. Suhudi Mayat Ra. And many, many others out there that are putting out this information of healing. So all you have to do is just, you know, get on YouTube. You know, look up these individuals. They have lectures, videos online, things that you can watch and, you know, take notes and apply these things to your life. You know, if you don't have a place of reference or where to start from, African Holistic Health by Dr. Lila Africa. The Guide to Raising Black Children by Dr. Lila Africa. Holistic Self-Diagnosis by Dr. Lila Africa. These books will definitely give you the insight that you need to make moves in a healthier direction. So definitely I urge everyone to utilize all resources and to really put their best foot forward. And again, if it's not for yourself, do it for your children, because they deserve better. They have no choice in the matter. You know, so we want to start eating living things. We want to avoid dead things. You can't expect life from consuming something that is void of life. So again, family, love yourself. Truly love yourself. Love yourself so much you refuse to harm yourself. Love yourself more and more each day. With that, I say wholeness. Rise and be greater, family.